Okay. Hi, this is Ice Blue 333. Currently, it is March the 7th, 2026. I was gonna try to make this video a little bit funny today, but it's just like I just checked my phone, and apparently somebody just tried to hack my account again, my Apple account. So I'm just like, what? This all started, I believe, on February the 4th. And keep in mind, this is like I think days after Dan Bongino, I believe, that started his new show or whatever. Weirdly enough. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about the lunar eclipse that happened on March the 3rd, 2026, and basically 3 days after the lunar eclipse, what happened. I did notice that the Ayatollah was taken out in regards to Iran, which I'm not going to talk about because I mean this YouTube channel is strictly focused on the Clintons. Also apparently I think on the 2nd of March, Pam Bondi, she was subpoenaed to testify. She was subpoenaed, not subpoenaed. Congress voted to subpoena Pam Bondi on the 2nd, I believe, of March. And at first, it seemed like they weren't gonna approve of her being subpoenaed. But I think after it was shown that the Democrats did not have the votes to subpoena Pam Bondi, that's when I believe a few Republicans changed their votes. Keep in mind, I believe Nancy Mace, she was the one who pushed for the vote in regards to getting Pam Bondi back in front of Congress. And come to find out, Nancy Mace is a Republican. I don't keep up with all these people, but I did not know that Nancy Mace was a Republican. So it seems like, because I think that in that vote, I think that there was like 3 Democrats that were missing, and so they should have had the votes to be able to get Pam Bondi in front of Congress. But being that I think Jasmine Crockett, she wasn't there, and apparently she lost her primary, so she only has one more year left inside of this Congress. And I think was it Dan Crenshaw? What's his name? They're both from Texas. Jasmine Crockett, and I think Dan Crenshaw. He also lost his primary, and it's reported that Dan Crenshaw was a rhino. So some people might say good riddance. Me, I'm just looking. I'm just watching. Anyway, let me pause for a second. Okay, yeah. Apparently, his name was Dan Crenshaw. I call him a pirate man or whatever. Some people might say good riddance. I mean, anyway. And Jasmine Crockett, I have no words for her, but I do have some words for her. Now, Jasmine Crockett, she did reportedly push, I believe, the trans children ideology, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinions too. And if you watch her videos, it seems like the proof's inside the pudding. Anyway, there's one more thing. Oh yeah, and also in regards to the government shutdown that began inside on October 1st, 2025, Jasmine Crockett, she was also one of the people that voted against the Clean CR bill. And understand that she was supposed to represent a part of Texas's Congress, and you know that Texas is a Republican state, right? Even though Jasmine Crockett is a Democrat. So anyway, I think also there were some allegations of cheating in regards to Jasmine Crockett. It is what it is. Hopefully they'll find it. Moving on. Let me pause a second. Hopefully they'll find if there was actual cheating inside this election. Let me pause a second. Okay, moving on. I think that the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, he re-won his primary, so I think he's up for re-election too. And Dan Patrick, he's up for re-election too. And you know how I feel about Dan Patrick in regards to the legalization of marijuana. Also referencing Andy Witt of Alabama, who in my opinion, via his bill HB 445, caused the death of a black man or black boy named Jabari Peoples. Anyway, and I believe that and Andy Witt, he's up for re-election as well. But I believe the primaries in regards to Alabama began on, I believe, May the 19th or ended May the 19th. I don't know the whole process of the situation, but anyway. and I already said that in regards to Alabama, when if Chad Chig Martin wins the Democratic primary in regards to the front runner, I probably would be voting him in regards for the governor. But in regards to, I'm not gonna be voting on a straight ticket. So a lot of people do, a lot of people don't, but I'm not, because pretty much I think Chad Chick Martin I think he referenced that he said something about mail-in voting in regards to Alabama, and we've already seen what mail-in voting did in regards to Pennsylvania. Moving on. So back to Pam Bondi, right? Let me pause for a second. Okay, so hopefully I say this right, but in regards to Pam Bondi being subpoenaed, I don't know the exact date when she is supposed to go in front of Congress again, but it's up. At first, Bobert, Burchett, and Cloud, they voted against re-subpoenaing, re-getting Pam Bondi back in front of Congress, but for some reason they changed their votes. And again, this vote was brought to James Comer by Nancy Mace, who is also a Republican. So to me, that tells me that pretty much there must be something that they got planned in regards to the Republicans. It's like somebody secretly told those other three Republicans to just go ahead and vote yes, because we've already gotten Bill Clinton in front of Congress, and so we already have what we need in regards to nailing him. That's my opinion. This vote happened, I believe, on the 4th of March. Yeah, March the 4th. So let's see here. I think so. That's just my opinion in regards to that. I think so let me get on to, I believe, Jesse Jackson. He just passed away. So let me pause a second to get the exact lore for that. Okay, what I did not know was that Jesse Jackson, he died on February 17th, 2026. And I did say that somebody would die around this time, or be assassinated around this time, or be arrested around this time. And it came out, and I think around the same time, Prince Andrew, he was arrested on, I believe, the 19th of February 2026. And then El Mencho, he was killed on the 22nd of February. So I did not know that Jesse Jackson, he died on February 17th, 2026. Again, I don't really look at all this stuff or whatever. My focus is on the Clintons. Anyway. And speaking of the Clintons, I believe Bill Clinton, the funeral for Jesse Jackson, that happened on March the 6th, 2026. And I believe that Bill Clinton, he spoke, several prominent Democrats spoke there, but I was only looking at Bill Clinton. And weirdly enough, I keep on bringing up Danny Williams Clinton, the black boy from Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, that claims to be Bill Clinton's black biological son. Anyway, so Bill Clinton brought up the Little Rock Nine in his speech in front of all these black people. Now, I'm just saying, wouldn't it be crazy if Danny Williams Clinton turned out to be Bill Clinton's biological son that he neglected? And he's talking in front of all these black people or whatever, looking holier than thou. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm just saying, anyway. So it's interesting. I'm like, so let me see here. Let me try to find what he said. I watched his entire speech in referencing Bill Clinton, but let me just. It was like three things that stood out to me in regards to what he said. So let me pause a second to get that. Okay, I don't know where I stopped at, but pretty much one thing Bill Clinton referenced at Jesse Jackson's funeral was basically drugs in regards to Arkansas. And so basically there are rumors that reportedly and allegedly Bill Clinton, he and a group of people, they were smuggling cocaine on airplanes in and out of Arkansas. That's a rumor, and I'll say alleged, but anyway. And he specifically said, Bill Clinton, open your brains, not your brain. He said that Reverend Jesse Jackson, he said that in reference to the black students that went to school there, because there's apparently a drug epidemic. He said, open your brains, not your veins, referencing the drug epidemic there. And yet again, there are rumors that Bill Clinton was smuggling cocaine in and out of Arkansas, or there was a drug ring or something like that, allegedly and reportedly looking at there's a documentary in regards to that. You can just go to YouTube and Google in YouTube Bill Clinton cocaine. Just type that in and search, and there's a whole documentary in regards to that. Anyway, pause for a second. Okay, I don't know where I stopped at, but I was trying to rewatch his Bill Clinton's entire speech in regards to Jesse Jackson's funeral, and pretty much that's probably the only thing that stood out to me in regards to Bill Clinton's speech. I thought it was three things, but no. Well, there are two other things. Apparently, Bill Clinton did speak at Jesse Jackson's mother's funeral, and also I think that Bill Clinton he quoted the Bible. He said, "We have all sinned and come short of the glory of God," which is true. Um, well, you can't judge. Only God can judge, right? I'm thinking about the song "Judge Me." I know it's easy to point your finger at me, 'cause I say the things that only y'all think. So anyway, this is something I came and share. I made a tweet about it. If you don't get the reference, then just watch my previous video. That made before this one. Anyway, moving on. So thinking about Jesse Jackson and Bill Clinton being at his funeral, I'm thinking all the way back in 1997 when Bill Clinton he pushed for the release of what's his name, Wei Jingxing, and this happened. He was released in 1997, but except he was held in prison in regards to China for I think 15 years, and he was an activist inside of China in regards to I believe let me pause a second to get the correct lore because it's kind of important. But the overall point is that Bill Clinton pushed I believe for the release of Wei Jingxing inside of China. However, Wei Jingxing he said he did not want China to be part of the World Trade Organization because China they will turn on you. And Bill Clinton he basically let China into the World Trade Organization anyway. And that was on I believe October 10th, year 2000. And the astrology in regards to that is going to come back up on February the 1st, 2028. And this is around the time that the United States is having its Uranus return, and Donald Trump's having his progressed lunar return, I believe, as well. So it means like it's a major event that's going to happen in 2028. Let me pause for a second to get the correct lore in regards to Wei Jingxing. And my overall point is that Bill Clinton he would say one thing but do another. Referencing in my opinion Jesse Jackson. And I'm thinking about Danny Williams Clinton, who is a black who claims to be the black love child of Bill Clinton, who was from Little Rock, Arkansas. Anyway, and I'm just thinking about the Little Rock Nine. Anyway, let me pause a second to get the lore for Wei Jingxing. So I'm going to read this lore and I'm just going to move on. So, prominent Chinese descendant or dissident and pro-democracy activist Wei Jingxing spent nearly 15 years in Chinese prisons, spread across two major sentences, and was a major focal point of the U.S.-China human rights discussions during the Clinton administration. Wei Jingxing was released in 1997, partly due to international pressure. Let's see here. So basically, Wei Jingxing was protesting for human rights and was jailed. And Wei Jingxing he told Bill Clinton not to let China into this I think World Trade Organization because that will the human rights there it'll be a problem in regards to human rights in regards to the Chinese citizens of China during that period of time. And even now, I think that there's a graph that shows that there's modern slavery inside of China right now, even now in 2026. But that's in my opinion or several people's opinions. So let me pause for a second. But my overall point is that Bill Clinton reportedly has the habit of saying one thing to your face and doing one thing behind your back. In several people's opinions, allegedly and reportedly, and however you want to just take that. Pause. Referencing Danny Williams Clinton, who claims to be the black love child of Bill Clinton. Pause. Okay, lastly, in regards to the updates in regards to what has happened since March the 3rd, 2026, which was the lunar eclipse, was I believe that there are reports that Donald Trump, he has fired Kristi Noem, or he has moved her to, let's see, what is this called? She'll be moving to be special envoy for the Shield of Americas. So anyway, so that happened, and I believe that they're claiming that it's probably because of these two people that were killed inside of Minneapolis or whatever, or Minnesota, whatever. I'm burnt out now. And it's funny how people were reacting to these people who were killed by um these ICE agents or whatever. Like when the first lady was killed or whatever, what I did to just to compare the reactions of Charlie Kirk's death and reactions of, I think her name was something good and some other guy's name is Pretty or something like that. Well, I looked at I think I went to YouTube and tried to find the videos of where people were laughing at Charlie Kirk's death or whatever. Or there was on TikTok, they was making videos about Charlie Kirk's death and laughing about it, and they were just celebrating it. And then to see the duality of it between them laughing at Charlie Kirk's death and something good and some other guy's last name ending in Pretty or whatever. Anyway, I'm sorry if I seem like I am burnt out. Like just to try. Like I said earlier today, I expected to be in handcuffs today, honestly, by Cash Patel, because the astrology showed in my chart that something weird was going to happen this morning, around 5 o'clock this morning. And so what happened was I was asleep, of course, but when I woke up, I didn't even notice it either. But when I started trying to record a video, I looked at my emails and I was like, somebody tried to hack my account. And this has happened before around, I think, February the 2nd or the 4th. And like I said, that was around the time that Dan Bongino's his show began. I'm like, huh. Who knows? Maybe it's Dan Bongino. Like I said in my previous video that they say that if your account is shown to be getting hacked or whatever, it might be the FBI. That's one girl said when she was on a James O'Keefe YouTube video. She said, so pay attention if they say that your account is being hacked or something like that. It's not a joke. Like somebody's probably really trying to get into your stuff. And honestly, I haven't had an iPhone in God knows how long, years. If you find anything, if anybody was able to pull my account and my Apple stuff or whatever, you'll probably find like one semi-nude photo, which you won't see anything. It's like a semi-partial nude. You won't see anything. It's back when I actually looked good, so I probably want if you want to expose that picture, you don't have my permission, but if you want to expose it. Anyway, and the rest on my Apple account was probably like work related, and you can't get anything from that either. So it's like, yeah, maybe some spicy messages between me and my ex. I don't know. Like, anyway, but there's nothing really serious in regards to my Apple account. I don't think. You might find a lot of pornos, but I don't think I backed those up either. Not of me, but of some downloaded pornos, or whatever. Anyway, let me pause a second to get back on track. Okay, but inside that James O'Keefe video or whatever, in relation to this girl saying that her account was hacked, and then pretty much months later she got raided by the FBI. I'm like, okay, well, if I'm gonna get raided by the FBI, that's probably a badge of honor for an astrologer who did predict Charlie Kirk's death, and who did predict I guess Jesse Jackson's death as well too. Apparently today, apparently on February 17, 2026. And also I did predict the Signal chat leak situation with JD Vance all the way back inside of March. And also, what else? I predicted so much stuff that I forgot. Like, seriously? Oh, Prince Andrew getting arrested. Oh yeah, I was thinking about this earlier. Now, the quote that I made in regards to Donald Trump. Let me pause a second. Okay, so I'm gonna show this on Truth Social because I think I created my Truth Social account around July the 3rd or whatever. But the point is that I made this quote, and the quote goes like this: "Let the history book / devices forever say, 1 year and 3 days after Donald Trump should have died by assassination, he came back, and on the third day, like Jesus, pissed in the face of his enemies, called it rain, and then destroyed them. And then he lived happily ever after. The end. Biblical. But, and I've said this quote several times, but understand that I made this quote on January, February, March, April, May, June, July. July the 20th, 2025 at 9:37 a.m. So this is on True Social. And the time is right here. If you can see it, right here. Okay. And it's the quote, okay? Okay, so January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Okay. That's July. And keep in mind, I said biblical at the end of it, right? This is 2 months before Charlie Kirk's death. And you know that Charlie Kirk, he was basically like a preacher. And so I think I re-referenced that quote around the time that a lot of astrologers said that Donald Trump would be assassinated due to the September 7th, 2025 eclipse. And I was like, no. Oh. No. I said the person who was going to be eclipsed, if I can get this out and right, in the end, is going to be Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton. And I referenced JFK. This is a $50 right here, if you can see it. The light's probably not getting it well. But, well, let me try to cover my eyes real quick. And then this is just a regular quarter. However, on the back, this quarter has gotten a little discolored. But on the back, you have the Salt River Bay, if it'll show it. And I think the Salt River Bay is in reference to Christopher Columbus. And keep in mind that Bill Clinton was subpoenaed to testify the day after Christopher Columbus Day, but which is also Charlie Kirk's birthday. And also understand that these subpoenas were sent out before Charlie Kirk was assassinated in regards to Bill Clinton. So it's crazy that Bill Clinton was subpoenaed to testify on the day of Charlie Kirk's birthday, but not only that, it was also around Christopher Columbus Day. And I found this quarter before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I found this quarter in my car, but it was under the seat and it was gunked up. It was full of black muck or whatever, and I had to scrub it off with salt, vinegar, and all kinds of stuff. And I kept talking about this quarter and that joke, not knowing that I had the salt. Anyway, there's so much stuff that's you gotta go back and watch my old videos. I think it's called the Salt River Bay quarter or something like that, or the quarter jokes like that. I made it. I forgot when. Just gotta go through my videos. Anyway, the point is that when I made this post in regards to 1 year and 3 days that Donald Trump should have died by assassination. It's funny, 1 and 3, thinking about the $13 million and anyway, I've said so much stuff, and I probably sound crazy as hell right now, and I'm tired because I'm like just having to look at this situation where my not only was my Apple account trying to get hacked, my Amazon account was trying to get hacked as well too. So I'm like, whatever. And I've said so, and I'm predicting. I'm like, is the FBI really going to try to lock me up, catch too? Anyway, let me pause a second. But I probably sound crazy as hell right now. You know what? I don't even really care. I made a lot of predictions, and a lot of my predictions came true. So, trying to see where else I want to hit off in regards to this, because I'm like, it was just I saw the astrology for this morning in regards to my chart, and I thought I was gonna wake up in handcuffs because I'm like, the astrology said that something was gonna happen in regards to me today. Anyway, and it's funny. I'm only gonna end up pulling this thing out right here, even though this is, you know what it is. It's also in relation to Bill Clinton and my Christmas story or whatever. It's funny. I'm trying to see where do I want to go in regards to anything else that I want to add to this video. Let me pause for another second. It's already 25 minutes in. Sorry. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So I've already quoted my. I won't go back and re-quote this quote again. But I need to say I had a point that I was trying to make. So let me pause. Okay, so again, I made this original quote on July the 20th, 2025. This is before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And here we are. Right? And the time's right here. I get that reflection out the way. Okay, so after I believe Halloween, or around the time of Halloween, for some reason I went on I went somewhere and I saw this tarot card called Judgment. Let me see if I can pull it out real quick. Oh boy, I probably won't be able to pull it out while I'm recording. We'll try it. Oh, I was able to get it. Okay. So I was looking at some video or whatever, and I saw this card. And I was like, are those coffins and are those bodies coming out of coffins or whatever? And so I was compelled to buy this tarot deck. The original AE weight tarot deck. You can tell it's the original by having the blue backs on the back. The blue backing. Sorry, I can't talk right. Anyway, so when I bought those tarot cards, I ended up with a $20 bill that had witchcraft symbols on the back of it. Anyway, just go back and watch my Judgment tarot card video or whatever. So when I got the tarot card or whatever, tarot cards, don't do that. You know what? We ain't gonna do this. Cancel. So anyway, I reposted this quote, and it says, "Let the history books." Oops. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. But my point, because I already said it 10 times. But I said, P.S. I did say biblical, in reference to this is after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and etc. But I did say biblical, and Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and then I'll put the time right here. The time's right here. I think that's November 1st, 2025, 11:32 a.m. Anyway, I was trying to say that I was trying to say that that's probably why I said P.S. biblical in regards to that quote. I probably sound crazy. And I've already made several videos in regards to how I predicted Charlie Kirk's death, and then also the fact that I also posted a video by Iggy Azalea called "Started," and this is like hours before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I'm talking about like 4 hours before he was assassinated, and it goes like, "I started from the bottom and now I'm rich." Anyway, I guess I'm just tired. I'll probably sound crazy, and whatever. I was trying to give an update in regards to the effects of the lunar eclipse and what's going on with that. I think I'm gonna go down the list of what's gonna come up next in regards to the future astrology or whatever, in reference to the Clintons. Yeah, and then I'm gonna move on for today. So let's see here. Final judgment. Can this move? So today is currently March the 7th, 2026. So in 3 days from now, on March 10th, 2026, transit Jupiter was stationed and go directly, is currently retrograde. And I believe around the same on this day, around this date, there's gonna be somebody else is subpoenaed to testify in front of Congress, who is in relation to the Epstein files or whatever. Anyway, I plan on making a post on this day. It's another song I came to show. It's called "Cry." I might sing like a little portion of that song, like now, or I might sing the lyrics so that you can get a reference in regards to why I'm quoting lyrics or whatever. I'm trying to tie it in together to the whole situation. And let me pause a second. Okay, so on March 11th, Richard Kahn, he's subpoenaed to testify in front of Congress, and this is one day after transit retrograde Jupiter stations and goes direct. And then on March 19th, Darren Endike, he's subpoenaed to testify in front of Congress too. I think that after the Bill Clinton deposition or whatever, I think James Comer, he said that he's going to subpoena a few more people, but I haven't looked into that as much because, like I said, my main objective is to look into the Clintons and the astrology that's going on with them. So this other song in regards to K. Michelle, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. The lyrics, because the last song I had a dream about K. Michelle, and pretty much I did not know that the song that she made called "Judge Me." She sung that song on a BET, I think a BET Awards or whatever, or a ceremony or whatever, and she was wearing this blue dress, this long flowing blue dress, and it was like I had to reference that to Bill Clinton and his blue dress situation and Monica Lewinsky, and there's him just pointing at he's in a painting pointing, and this song it specifically says, "I know it's easy to point your finger at me," like it's just crazy. It's crazy. So this is another song by K. Michelle, because I told you I had a dream about her on March the 3rd, 2026, and it just told me to start to make a post about her, and so here I am. And so I believe on March the 10th I will make this post, and the song is called "Cry," referencing "Cry for Help" in regards to Shine Down, referencing Evanescence, Call Me When You're Sober. Call Me When You're Sober. And because it goes like, "Don't cry to me, if you loved me, you would be here with me." Anyway, so this K. Michelle song or whatever, my voice has been cracking. If my voice cracks or whatever, I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm 32 minutes in right now. If my voice cracks, oh well, YouTube. Oh well. Let me pause a second and stuff and just like let me stretch my vocal cords a little bit just to try to help a little bit. But let me pause. But this song is very much in relation to Bill Clinton, in my opinion, and like the lyrics, it just fits. So I'm just gonna sing the lyrics or whatever, and you can figure out what I'm trying to say. So hopefully my voice don't crack, and if it do, I'm sorry, K. Michelle. This is like one of your best songs. But anyway, so it's "Cry" by K. Michelle. Let me pause a second. I hope I mess this up. Okay. I should try to get her kind of vibe. Give me some Jack Daniels. Anyway, I'll try it. Yeah, nobody's off limits. Not even your friends. I'm about to go in. I'm about to go in. I'm about to go in. I'm gonna do something I never do. I'ma try and hurt you too. Feels so damn good to be cold. And I don't even care if you know. I'ma let them kiss my body, touch my body, record it, and make sure you find it. How you gonna trip? Boy, you been with everybody. You started, I'ma finish. You made that bed, now you gonna lay in it. You gonna suffer. You gonna suffer for everything you did. You gonna suffer. You gonna suffer. I done took too much of this. You gon' cry. You gon' pay me in tears. You gon' cry. You owe me for all these years. You gon' cry. 'Cause it's not about love. It's all about revenge. So cry. Cry. I learned from the best. I learned from you. It's easy to do the shit that you do. I could just switch it up on you. Used to be me. That was out here stressing. Stole your gift, became your curse. Now you missed your blessing. You gon' suffer. You gon' suffer for everything you did. I'm not bitter. Stay your ass with her. Maybe she can take your shit, but you gon' cry. Let me stop right there. I'm getting too far ahead and yeah. So my voice didn't crack, surprisingly. But just seeing the lyrics, if you just get the gist of it, imagine what Donald Trump has went through in regards to those impeachments that did not have no substance to them. And you can only imagine, like, Donald Trump, he on his little airplane or whatever, flying inside the sky, and he ever listens to some cable shit like, you gon' cry. Or the song Judge Me. You can only imagine. And then thinking about the possibility that Danny Williams Clinton is Bill Clinton's biological son that has been neglected for years. It's like 41 years, 42 years, 45 years now. I don't know. I forgot. Because the astrology to me shows definitively, to me, in my opinion, that Danny Williams / Clinton is Bill Clinton's biological son. Looking at the astrology. I may be wrong, but I haven't I have a track record. I haven't been wrong yet. So, but who knows? I might be wrong. Anyway, hopefully I didn't sound too crazy inside this video. I'm trying to see, is there anything else that I need to say inside this video? Yeah. So let's see here. So I'm glad my voice didn't crack, and I try to keep it a key low so I can actually manage it. And I'm surprised I haven't stretched out my vocal cords in so long that I was able to maintain at least a little kind of tune. Have a little tune to it. Anyway, let me pause a second to see if there's anything else I want to add to this video before I forget. Because who knows, tomorrow I might set up and I might be inside the handcuffs looking at my astrology and looking at somebody trying to hack my account. And they said if somebody tries to hack your account and you're like nobody, it might be the FBI. Anyway, so I'm trying to get as much information out as I can. I did not finish the rest of the astrology. I think I stopped at on March the 10th, and that's when transit retrograde Jupiter stations and goes direct. And then on the next day, I think there's somebody he's gonna be in front of Congress in relation to the Epstein situation. So let me see here. So yeah, on March 11th, Richard Kahn he's subpoenaed to testify, and on March 19th, Darren Endike is subpoenaed to testify. So let me go back to. So let's see here. The next big event after March 10th, 2026 is going to be on March the 14th, 2026. That's for Hillary Clinton. That's when her progressed moon will oppose her natal Pluto. And again, this is referencing Hillary Clinton. The last time this happened was on December 4th, 1980. This is 15 days before Bill Clinton's impeachment. And there was proper process in the articles of impeachment for Bill Clinton. So the next date to think about is on March the 15th, 2026. And that's when transit retrograde Mercury conjoins transit Mars side of the sky. This deals with explosive information in regards to Epstein, Prince Andrew, Virginia Frey, internet outages, and etc. But basically, a huge revelation in regards to Epstein. And so on this day, some stuff could come out in regards to Bill Clinton. So let's see here on March 20th, 2026, transit retrograde Mercury will station and go direct. And let's see, the next day to look out for is April the 8th, 2026. And that's when, for Hillary Clinton, can't talk right. That's when her progressed moon will conjoin her natal midheaven. And so that may deal with something in regards to her status. And when we think about Hillary Clinton's status or whatever, you think about her being the Secretary of State, but also Bill Clinton being the President of the United States, but also Bill Clinton in his relation to Monica Lewinsky and those scandals. Not only that scandal, but Jennifer Flowers, Paula Jones, a possible cocaine conspiracy, a possible murder conspiracy. Danny Williams Clinton allegedly, possibly. So let's see here. So something could come up in regards to that on in reference to the status of Hillary Clinton on April the 8th, 2026. On April the 20th, 2026, transit Mercury will conjoin transit Mars in the sky again, and again that deals with explosive information in regards to Epstein and Prince Andrew, Virginia DeFrey, internet outages, and possibly Bill Clinton. So let's see here. On April the 26th, which is also my birthday, transit Uranus will enter the sign of Gemini, and this deals with the astrology of the United States going to either a civil war or just going into a war in general. So maybe since there's a lot of stuff that's going on with Iran, it could be that too. But just it deals with wars in the United States. So the serious astrology goes down in May, and on May the 4th, 2026, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon was sextile his natal nodes, and the last time this happened was on November 24th, 1908, and this is 20 days before the 1908 impeachment. That was probably the processing of the articles of impeachment for Bill Clinton. And keep in mind, I did say that I had 2 meteors posted in my final judgment post, and the first meteor was on the prediction for February 17th, 2026, and the second meteor is for Bill Clinton on the meteors right here on the date of May the 4th, 2026. Meaning that that's going to be a very, very active date, and that could be where things go down in regards to Bill Clinton. So anyway, so the next date so I'll repeat, May the 4th, 2026, I have a meteor beside it in regards to Bill Clinton. That's when his progressed moon was sextile his natal nodes, and the last time this happened was on November 24th, 1908. This is 20 days before his 1908 impeachment. Let's see here, on May the 16th, 2026, for Bill Clinton, his progressed Venus will conjoin his progressed Mars. It's a fated angering event for Bill Clinton. However, for Donald Trump, on the 21st or the 25th of May, 2026, for Donald Trump, his progressed Venus will conjoin his progressed Jupiter. And so it's like something good happens in regards to Donald Trump and his circles, and his his circles, his friends, family, relationships, partners, or whatever, partners. And something bad happens for Bill Clinton and his circles, so his social circles and family, friends, and etc. And so, yeah, maybe Donald Trump is exonerated around this time. So that's why I said the month of May is going to be a huge month in regards to some major revelations in regards to Epstein, possibly. Let's see here. So on May the 27th, 2026, with Bill Clinton, his progressed Mercury was sextile his natal Mars. It's fated angering news. And so, yeah. On June the 12th, 2026, with Hillary Clinton, her progressed moon was sextile her progressed Jupiter. It's a lucky event for her. So the next big event is going to be on July the 4th, 2026. That's when transit Mars in the sky will conjoin transit Uranus in the sky. And it's an angry, violent event. Maybe it's a terrorist attack, or maybe it's violent justice in regards to Donald Trump getting justice in regards to this whole Epstein situation. Anyway, moving on. So on July the 15th, 2026, for Donald Trump, his progressed Venus will square his natal Venus. And there's going to be a focus on Donald Trump's social circles. So yeah. And then the next date is going to be on August the 9th, 2026, and that's for Bill Clinton. I missed the date. No. So the next date for Bill Clinton is going to be on July the 20th, 2026. That's when his progressed moon will quincunx his natal moon. And the last time this happened was the end of Bill Clinton's 1908/1999 impeachment that happened, and that was on February 9th, 1999. Understand that Bill Clinton, the astrology that showed the beginning of Bill Clinton's impeachment, it happened on November the 13th, 2025. But it previously was happened on December the 26th, 1998, and that's where I believe Bill Clinton's progressed moon made an aspect to his progressed ascendant. And so again, the end of this, whatever scandal is going on with Bill Clinton, should happen on July the 20th, 2026. But then again, on August 9th, 2026, with Bill Clinton, his progressed moon was sextiles progressed Uranus, and it's a shocking event. Maybe it could be that it's exposed that Danny Williams / Clinton is Bill Clinton's biological son because, like I said, Bill Clinton had a progressed Uranus return on October the 11th, 2025. And weirdly enough, on the same day of October the 11th, 2025, that's when Donald Trump was snubbed in regards to getting the Nobel Peace Prize. But also around this time, because this is a very, very slow-moving progression, extremely slow-moving progression, because Uranus moves very, very slow. But Hillary Clinton on October 9th, 2025, she skipped out on her deposition in regards to being subpoenaed by the Department of by Congress to talk about her relation to Epstein. And then also on October 14th, 2025, Bill Clinton, he skipped out on his deposition. But weirdly enough, on November the 6th or the 8th, 2025, that's when Danny Williams / Clinton, he posted his book called The Forgotten Son. And you know that Danny Williams Clinton, I keep beating his dead horse or whatever. He's a black man from Little Rock, Arkansas, who claims to be Bill Clinton's biological son. And yet, yeah, it seems like he kept getting blocked in regards to getting, reportedly and allegedly, getting blocked in regards to having a test done, having it concretely confirmed or denied that Bill Clinton was Danny Williams / Clinton's actual birth father. A lot of drama. Now, moving on past August 9th, 2026. Like I said, the month of August is a very, very weird month. And honestly, I thought about this. Donald Trump needs to be extremely careful this month of August because K2 means losses. And with the transit sun conjoining K2 inside the sky and conjoining his ascendant, that could be a possible assassination of him, possibly. So he needs to be extremely careful on his date. I should have said this a long time ago, but it didn't register until I was like, oh my God, this is a very, very important transit. But transits are iffy. And the astrology shows that there's more for Donald Trump to do. But then again, you still have to be careful when you have something like K2 conjoining your ascendant. Yeah. So, but overall, Donald Trump's is not going to be too happy about the midterm elections. But he needs to be extremely careful in regards to the month of August, and yeah, possible assassination attempts, because this could kill him. This could take him out, or it could take out somebody that's very, very close to him. So he needs to be careful of himself and the people that are around him, because it's a loss of a kingship in regards to something. It could be something goes on with Bill Clinton that makes him lose status like that. It could be a loss for a king. It could be that, especially with it being conjunct his ascendant. So let me go down this astrology. So let me see here. So yeah. So continuing on August the 12th, 2026, there will be a Leo. So let me take a break for a second. Let me pause for a second. Let me finish this real quick first. On August 12th, 2026, there will be a solar eclipse in Leo at 11:38 a.m. and it will affect Bill Clinton with his son, his natal son, and Donald Trump in his natal ascendant. So let me pause a second to catch my breath and take a break. Let me pause. Okay, I know where I stopped it, but I just want to say this. I'm still thinking about that song "Cry" by K. Michelle, and this quote, it keeps on coming inside my head. I learned from. Told my voice gonna crack. I can't. I learned from the best. I learned from you. It's easy to do the shit that you do. Ooh. How did it go? I learned from the best. I learned from you. It's easy to do the shit that you do. I've got the rest of it. I gotta find it. Man, let me pause for a second. Sorry for my voice cracking. I told you. My voice is just messed up. But I want to try to find the rest of the lyrics. it keeps coming to my head. I don't know why. I learn from the best. I learn from you. Got that R. Kelly to it. Let me pause. Okay, I found it. I was supposed to have been talking about something else, but I forgot it. So I won't just. This quote is just stuck in my head though. So my voice cracked the last time, so I'm sorry. I'm stuck using this phone right here, and I don't have enough storage on my phone to edit it, so it's gonna be what it is. So think about K Machine. I need some Jack Daniels. But anyway. I learn from the best. I learn from you. It's easy to do the shit that you do. I could just switch it up on you. Used to be me. That was out here stressing. Stole your gift. Became a curse. Now you missed your blessings. You gon' suffer. You gon' suffer for everything you did. I'm not bitter. Stay your ass with her. Maybe she can take your shit, but you gon' cry. My voice cracking. I told you. When it's live, I can't change it. Now, on a normal day, I could have probably, but I haven't sung in a long, long time. And I apologize, but it is what it is. So, nothing's perfect. And especially when you can't edit. But you gon' cry. You gon' pay me in tears. So let me find out what I was trying to say, because there was one more thing I was trying to say in regards to this before I get to the rest of the astrology. So let me pause. And I'm just quoting the lyrics because it's like, for some reason that song is stuck in my head. I don't know why. But anyway, who knows? But like I said, something big goes down inside of August. And Donald Trump needs to be very, very careful during this month. Because it's like a loss of a king. So, pause. Or loss for a king. I think I remember what it was. Basically, I'm thinking about this Jesse Jackson and his funeral. Let's see here. Oh shit, sorry about that. But during Bill Clinton's speech, Bill Clinton, he can recall. It seems like he is snappy. He is on it. Like he remembers a lot of stuff. He remembered the phone call that he received from Jesse Jackson in reference to Jesse Jackson not wanting to talk to him in regards to I guess the situation that was going on with the impeachment and the Monica Lewinsky situation, and the fact that Jesse Jackson wanted to talk to his daughter, Chelsea Clinton, instead of Bill Clinton. That means that Bill Clinton, he's there. And so what it makes me think of is in relation to the deposition that in regards to Hillary Clinton. And that whole Hillary Clinton's deposition, it was a lot of gotcha moments. It wasn't those many, but it was the most interesting parts were the gotcha moments. But James Comer at the end of it, he said that Bill Clinton basically said he basically Bill Clinton he was able to recall this that. He was just snap. He has the memory of an elephant. And Hillary Clinton, she agreed. And then so you get to the Bill Clinton's deposition, and it seems like he's able to recall things correctly, right? So if you look at the Jesse Jackson his speech in regards to that, and you can see that Bill Clinton is still there. So my point is that if Bill Clinton lied during those depositions or whatever, but in any form, fashion, or way, or whatever, thinking that Donald Trump had Bill Clinton's back because of a possible setup or whatever, because the real Epstein files were probably corrupted or just made in a way that it's just absurd or crazy. And so maybe Bill Clinton thinks that maybe Donald Trump was inside of the Epstein files or whatever too. And so maybe he's trying to protect us both. But in the end, really, Donald Trump is actually innocent. And it really was several other people, and a possible CIA situation or intelligence situation. And Cash Patel and Dan Bongino and Pam Bondi, and they're all pretending to be like bumbling idiots, like, oh, we don't know what we're doing. Oh my God, we have to protect the this and that. The intelligence, and they're pretending. That could be. That's just one. This is just one possibility. But they're just trying to set up and get Bill Clinton to say something on record on now it is on record, but to put Bill Clinton out of a situation, in a position where he lies under oath, right? And that's how they nail him. Because I'm looking at let me pause a second to get his exact name because I forgot it. Okay, so during Les Wexner's deposition or whatever, this man, he was just sitting there just smiling, like like looking like he didn't, like he got away with murder, and he got away with murder. Like he was like, you can't touch this, dun 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 dun. Like he was smiling like he got away with murder, and there was no possible way that anybody can know anything about whatever really happened. And so Bill Clinton, at the beginning of his deposition, he was just smile. He had like a slight smile. You can see his teeth. And so this whole situation could be a major setup. Anyway, so let me get to the astrology. That's all I was trying to say. And so that's I guess that's why that song "Cry" stuck in my head. You gon' cry. You gon' pay me in tears. You gon' cry. You owe me for all these years. You gon' cry. 'Cause it's not about love. It's all about revenge. So cry. Cry. Probably messed it all up or whatever. I know I messed up earlier, but whatever. This song is stuck in my head. And the song Judge Me too. Anyway, so back to the astrology. I said that on August 12th, 2026, there's going to be a solar eclipse in regards to Leo. And it affects Bill Clinton's sun and Donald Trump's ascendant. Okay, so on August 19th, 2026, for Donald Trump, transiting nodes will conjoin his ascendant and enter his 12th house. And he is forced to go into survival mode. I cannot talk right. This has happened several times before, but I don't feel like pulling it up. I'll redo this later on. But every time transit K2 can join the ascendant, it's like he's forced to go into survival mode for some reason. But he needs to be very careful around this time because transit Sun will conjoin transit K2 inside the sky and conjoin his ascendant at the same time. So it's like a loss of a king around this time. So on August 22nd, 2026, for Donald Trump, transit Sun and transit K2 will conjoin his natal ascendant. And it's exact. And Trump goes into survival mode. It's like a loss for a king. On August 22nd, 2026, for Hillary Clinton, her progressed Pluto will conjoin her natal Mars. And it's fated, transformative, destructive anger. Something crazy happens. Crazy, destructive anger. Think like a nuclear bomb goes off. On August 23rd, 2026, for Hillary Clinton, in her life. So on August 23rd, 2026, for Hillary Clinton, her progressed moon will square her progressed nodes. It's a fated event. On October 1st, 2026, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will oppose his natal Jupiter. He gets lucky for some reason. And every time a prominent Democrat gets lucky around the election time, it's like the Democrats win for some reason. Anyway, so this is October 1st, 2026. So on October 26th, 2026, for Hillary Clinton, her progressed moon will square her progressed Chiron. And it's also Hillary Clinton's birthday or her solar return. Last time this happened was on April the 17th, 1999. So next, on November 4th, 2026, there's a lot of astrology going on inside Donald Trump's chart that looks bad. So let me just keep on moving. So like I said, Donald Trump should not be happy about the midterm elections. So moving on November 19th, 2026, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will quincunx his progressed midheaven. And it's from the 12th house, I believe, right? So it's like something Anyway, something regarding his status happens. So on November 19th, 2026, for Donald Trump, his progress moon trine his progress Saturn. It's a depressing emotional block for Donald Trump. So for some reason, Donald Trump's not too happy about the midterm elections results. Jesus Christ, I cannot talk right. I'm almost done. Let me pause a second. I'll take a break. Okay, so let me continue. So I did say that on November 19th, 2026 for Donald Trump, his progress moon trine his progress Saturn. It's a depressing emotional block for Donald Trump. So that's why I say he's not going to be too happy about the midterm elections. So let's see here. On December 9th, 2026 for Donald Trump, his regress moon will conjoin his natal Lilith. And it's possible want a revenge because of a compromised election or something crazy happens that is just not right, not fair, something crazy happens that makes Donald Trump want revenge. But like I said, election fraud could be exposed in around March 2027, or it could be something just crazy could happen that could cause like a civil war like tensions around March 2027. So moving on December 10th, 2026, for Bill Clinton, his progress moon trine his natal sun, it's like he gets an ego boost. So Donald Trump is pissed about something, and Bill Clinton, he gets an ego boost about something. So let's see here. Moving on December 13th, 2026, transit Jupiter was stationed and began to retrograde. And also keep in mind that transit Jupiter rules the Republican Party and transit Saturn rules the Democratic Party. So let's see here. Let me pause for a second. So that was December 13th, 2026. So on March the 1st, 2027, transit retrograde Jupiter will conjoin transit K2 inside of the sky. And that could be the time where some crazy stuff goes down. Maybe fraud could be exposed, or civil war like tensions could come to fruition. On March the 7th or March the 18th, 2027, for Donald Trump, his progressed Jupiter will square his natal Venus. So Donald Trump's partners in social circles will get lucky. Maybe it's fraud being exposed, or something happens that makes his social circles get lucky. Partners, friends, family, social circles. Let's see. Moving on. On April 12th, 2027, transit Jupiter was stationed and go direct at 16 degrees, 59 minutes of Leo. On June the 22nd, 2027, for Donald Trump, his progressed Mercury will conjoin his ascendant. And I think progressed Mercury is a benefic. So something good for Donald Trump could happen around June 22nd, 2027. So we'll see. So let's see here I'll say how it is. United States of America, Uranus return, possible civil war due to 2026 election and the exposure of possible fraud, or war with another country like Iran or China. Donald Trump will also begin to have a Uranus return and a lunar return starting August 14, 2029. Anyway, the United States Uranus return will happen on July 4th, 2026 through May 28th, 2029. And that's within a 5-degree orb. The exact dates will be on July 26th, 2027. That's the first time it's going to hit. On November 5th, 2027. That's the second time it's going to hit. And on May 11th, 2028. And this is on my True Social post. This is on X and my True Social account. So you can go and find it. And if you want to search for it, it's called Final Judgment in quotes. And Continued Midterm Election Astrology, if you want to search for it. And it's on both True Social, AstroSeek, and Twitter. So that's going to be it for me. I think I'll call it a day. Bye for now.